Welcome back, focused learners, to The Explainer. I'm genuinely thrilled you're here with me today. Okay, let's dive into this. Today we're unpacking a truly profound concept from a piece titled The Integrity of the Difficult Day. In this explainer, we're going to explore what actually happens to our deeply held values, our big goals, and our daily routines when our environment, well, completely stops cooperating with us. We'll be looking closely at the stark difference between what we do when things are easy and what we do when things get really, really hard. So, what really defines your success? Is it those grand, ambitious plans you make on a Monday morning? Is it the boundless energy you bring when you've just had the perfect night of sleep and everything is going your way? I mean, we often think it is, right? We're constantly sold this idea that success is all about riding those high energy waves. But the source material we're looking at today completely flips that narrative on its head. We're skipping all the fluff today to dive straight into what actually differentiates the people who succeed from those who just have really good intentions. Section 1, the normal day illusion, when sticking to your values is effortless. Think about your typical uncomplicated day. You wake up on time, there are zero annoying disturbances, no wild mood swings. As the text puts it, all is well in life. The source material points out that on a day exactly like this, sticking to your decisions and your core values is basically running on autopilot. It almost feels like you don't even need to put in effort or extra energy when everything is all right in and around you. You just kind of continue with the routine you've already decided on. And hey, anyone can be a disciplined saint when the sun is shining and you've had a solid 8 hours of sleep. But, and here's where we pull the rug out, that is not where your integrity is actually forged. The difficult day is where the true test begins. Take a look at these noble virtues we all strive for: commitment, discipline, sincerity, honesty, consistency, integrity. What's really interesting about this slide is the fascinating observation the text makes here. It argues that these virtues, along with making sacrifices, adjusting, and cooperating, are incredibly convenient to practice when you're in a peaceful situation. I mean, it is wonderfully convenient to be patient when you aren't actually being tested, right? It's easy to be consistent when you have literally zero obstacles in your way, but the text directly challenges us to look way beyond convenience and deeply examine our character when we are under pressure. Section 2, when life says no, the pivot from peaceful to challenged. The author drops a simple sentence right here that hits like an absolute gut punch. It matters what you do during tough times. Just let that sink in for a second. This is the absolute core of the author's entire argument. What is truly significant is how you manage to stand by your personal standards when the whole world seems to be acting against you. It's all about the choices you make when, despite your sincere, best efforts, absolutely everything seems to be going wrong. We all know exactly what those days look like. It's about what you do when you are seriously challenged, when you are having a terrible day, when you wake up in a completely foul mood, when you are utterly consumed by negative emotions, when there is anger, when there is deep, deep irritation, when you feel frustration, depression, anxiety, and just overwhelming stress. The author asks us a really tough question. What happens to your noble virtues then? How do you maintain your integrity when your own mind is screaming no, and you have literally zero motivation? Section 3, reaching your milestones, the true differentiator. I want you to take a second and think about the biggest goals you've set for yourself, those personal dreams and massive milestones you desperately want to achieve. This brilliantly illustrates the exact dividing line between those who reach their goals and those who just don't. Doing the work when you feel like it and when everything is working in your favor, honestly, everyone can do that. But not being in the mood and doing it anyway, the author emphatically states that this makes all the difference in the world. Operating from this specific mindset is the main reason why some people actually reach their milestones while others fall short. Section 4, uncompromisable daily rituals. Devising practices for the tough days. So the crucial point is this incredibly powerful concept, uncompromisable daily rituals. The text argues that we must face a pretty hard truth. The majority of the days in our lives are actually challenging. They just are. And because of that, you have to prepare for them. You need to devise certain practices and routines that specifically enable you to deal with unfortunate circumstances. These are routines that you simply do not compromise on, period. No matter how bad the day gets or how low your motivation absolutely plummets, the author outlines a very clear, logical progression for us to follow here. Step 1 is a massive mindset shift. You must actively focus on those unpleasant days, truly acknowledging that they are going to happen rather than just pretending they won't. Step 2, devise those practices and routines well in advance. And step 3, make better decisions.
The logic here is brilliant. By having these uncompromisable rituals already set in stone during your tough days, you are empowered to make better choices. You don't have to rely on some fleeting sense of motivation because your preparation actually carries you right through the storm.
Let's move to section 5 and see how this builds. Redefining true commitment, the climax of your tough day. We throw the word commitment around a lot in our daily lives, don't we? But the text gives us a very specific, grounded definition to focus on here. It states that commitment is mainly about keeping your promises and sticking to your decisions when things get difficult in your life. It's not at all about the promises you make when life is peaceful and easy. True commitment is exclusively tested, proven, and forged in the absolute fires of a challenging day. That right there is the true integrity of the difficult day. Which brings us to a final thought to leave you with today. We've seen through this explainer that the difficult days aren't just annoying obstacles, they are the true test of your values. We've seen that uncompromisable rituals are the exact anchor you need when your motivation completely fades. So I want you to ask yourself, next time your mind screams no, next time life throws anxiety, stress, or just a really uncooperative mood your way, will you keep your promise? Just let that question sit with you. I really hope the insights from this text have given you the framework to ensure that you do. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and as always, keep focusing on your growth.